Welcome to Made for More podcast, where faith and personal growth converge. I'm Julia, and I'm honored to guide you on a journey of empowerment and transformation alongside our occasional co-host, Omar. We are passionate believers and advocates for unlocking your God-given full potential. Join us as we explore the intersection of faith, life, business, and relationships, igniting a fire within to embrace the truth that your life is destined for greatness. Together, we'll uncover strategies, insights, and stories that inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Get ready to embark on a fulfilling quest towards personal and professional fulfillment, guided by faith and the unwavering belief that you, my friend, are made for more. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Made for More podcast. Today is going to be, I feel like it's going to be a quick little reminder episode, but you never know what happens when I start to go, and I just let Holy Spirit do his thing too. So I just want to talk to y'all about generosity and the mindset of it. And we just got out of the holiday season. It's January of 2024, and I feel like everyone's in such a giving spirit for Christmas and the holidays, and then it just goes away. Like I feel like that is so society, I guess, but it's also so sad because I feel like really generosity should be an all the time thing in your heart all the time, and not just for the holidays. So what I mean by this is something that I've had to grow in and do better at, because I think naturally, and I don't know if it's naturally, but I feel like it is, because you see little toddlers and you see little kids when it's like, hey, can I have some? They're like, no. And then you're like, hey, you got to share this. Or when somebody wants to play with their toy, they start doing a whole cry out spell. They're like, no, it's mine, right? They don't want to share. They feel like it's theirs. They want it for themselves. They want to, they might not have even been playing with the toy, but once they saw somebody else trying to play with the toy, now they want to play with the toy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen it. So I feel like it's a very natural, unfortunate thing and a sinful thing for us to be in this state as humans of like, I have my money, I want to keep my money. Or if I really give 10% in tithe, like, is that really going to pan out and work out? Or if I really give generously to charities or donate or even give your time, like sometimes we're even selfish with our time. Like we don't want to give an hour to serve because we're like, no, I'm trying to take a nap that hour. I'm trying to go shop that hour. I'm trying to go hang out with my friends for that hour. And so when we give, you will actually have more to give. So I'm going to say that again. When you give, you will have more to give. So I have mentioned before, and I mentioned on the last episode, I value time, but I've learned to give up my time more, because it'll be interesting how when I give my time back, whether it's service or I give my time to family and friends, even though I have stuff to do, ultimately, everything still works out. Like I still end up getting the time I need to get the other things done. And a lot of times I fill my cup up when I'm giving time to the point where when I need my time later, I have the energy and the stamina, and I might be able to do things quicker and faster because of the overflow that I'm feeling from giving up my time to serve or giving up my time to be with family and friends. So hopefully that makes sense. But I think the easiest one is financially, right? But a lot of times people don't think that's true. Like if you give more away financially, like money, how do you get more? But that is literally how good God is. And that if you think about it, even as if you're a parent, and I can relate just being around kids so much and education, would you give your kid, if you see you gave them a pair of shoes, all right? They're nice shoes, whether they're Nike, whatever. They might, I don't know all the cool styles of things now. And they throw them to the side. They put their feet in it halfway and walk on it. They let their friend color on it. Are you going to give them more? Probably not, because they didn't really steward well and do well with the shoes that you gave them. But if you see that they're tending to it well, taking good care of it, and they thank you for it, and they're super, grateful, you're probably like, you know what? It's not going to be the last pair of shoes I get you, which I know obviously shoes is a necessity, but it's not going to be the last pair of nice shoes I get you, right? Same can be true with so many, insert the object, the materialistic thing, or whatever. It's the same thing, right? Like, we are not going to just give people things if they're not taking care of it. So it's the same thing with life and how great, like I said, God is. If we are faithful in our small, God will bless you with more. And so many people are wanting more in 2024, right? But you got to be faithful with what you got first. Steward your finances that you have well. So once I really realized this concept and biblical truths that go along with that, I finally was like, okay, I got to be good with this $500 before he's going to bless you with another $500. I got to be good with this $2,000 before I can get the next $2,000. I got to be good with this $5,000 before I can get the next $5,000, and so on and so forth. And so I feel like when we realize like that with many things, but at the same time, after we steward our own things well, that we give generously at the same time. So giving doesn't have to just be financial. It doesn't even have to just be time, like I mentioned. You can also be giving your gifts and talent, like for free. So this podcast, I can literally do lots of charging, and maybe at one point in life, it might come to that. But I can say, and y'all can all be here to testify, that there will be hundreds of episodes that are free before there's a subscription podcast, or before I start taking certain things and turning more of it into digital content and courses and things like that, right? So you can literally take your own gifts and talent, and maybe you sing and you're in a band and y'all get, you get gigs and stuff, but you can also go sing and things for free just to bring somebody joy. Maybe you do great arts and craft and things, and you have your own Etsy shop, or you make t-shirts, or you do, I don't know, like there's so many screen things now and prints, like cups and logos, and like you love it and you get paid for it, and that's great. That's a gift and talent you have. But could you gift somebody something whenever you are making shirts and making these things? Like, could you just bless like a group that's in need of shirts just because you want to be a blessing to them? I feel like if you ask like God, like, I want to be a blessing, I want to be more generous, I want to be a cheerful giver, Lord, show me how I can do that this month. He will reveal it to you. All you got to do is just be obedient to that. And when you do, not only will that just fill your heart, because honestly, we selfishly love the feeling of giving and helping somebody. Like that's what we're about. We're literally wired to want to be in community with each other. We're wired to want to help each other, give each other a hand. And the more you do that, the good will come back. And even if it doesn't necessarily in the exact same way, it'll find its way some kind of way. So you can also serve by giving, like I mentioned, your time, but just serving. You can give something away. Some of y'all are like me and you have way too many bags. You can only carry so many bags at once. You can only wear so many shoes at once. You can only have so many outfits at once. So giving generously can be just making sure every month or two, you're literally going through your closet and weeding out and figuring out who can you give things away to, not just the Goodwill, but like here in my local area, Mesquite, we have Sharing Life. And so this is like a community that I know with the people that I live nearby, the people that the schools I serve, they benefit from Sharing Life. And so that's a great place for me to donate to a lot. But I even sometimes go a step further and go to homeless shelters in Dallas that I know that will benefit from that, right? So you could do that, giving generously there. Or some of y'all, it's not even clothes and shoes and bags. Some of it's like, y'all know, y'all got y'all are probably like me, and you have 3 comforters in your house, and you know you only use 1 or 2 of them. Go get one of those away. Like, we have so many things in our first world little bubble that other people can benefit from. So just taking the time to say, like, do I need this, or can it be a blessing to somebody else? Go through a room and just take the time doing that. Go through each drawer, go through the closet, go through the counter spaces, and literally just be like, ask yourself that question. Do I need this, or can this be a blessing to somebody else? And that in itself will help you have the mindset of being generous and having that, generosity to give and love on other people. The last thing I'll touch on when I think about even just the mindset and the gift of giving, having that mindset, is it really starts off by tithing. And I have a whole podcast episode on this, Tithing has changed my life. It can change yours too. It's literally one of the only times in the Bible God says to test him. And if God's saying to test him, like that means he knows what he's doing and he's going to keep his promises and he's going to be able to be a good father and give you provision. And so every month since, I don't know how many years it's been now, have faithfully have tithe. And there are months, like I'm a math teacher by heart. Okay, y'all. So there are months when literally I'm like, don't think this gonna work out this month. Like I'm gonna either be lower than I want to be or even negative. There's been times I'm like, oh my God, I might be negative because I needed to get new tires. I needed to get this and this and this. Like the math don't add up. The math's not mathing, because when I did math in school as a math teacher and still I'm a coordinator for our district, like 1 + 1 = 2, right? And 10 times 10 equals 100. So like that math makes sense. But when you're looking at your budget sheet and you tithe your 10% and you just don't see the math and you're like, huh? But the good thing is, and the good news is that God's math is not human math, and God's math actually multiplies. So all that to say is I will randomly get an order, like a $200 Bellamy or Pomifere order out of nowhere. It might even be a new customer. And I'm like, thank you, God, for this blessing. Or I might just get blessed with somebody just being like, you know what? I got it. I'm taking care of dinner today or lunch today. Or, you know what? I got this. Or a random check might come that I didn't know that I was getting refunded for something. Like, it's crazy. But also you have to be a good steward. This goes back to be faithful in your small. So if you know you only got $500, don't go book a trip and think that it's all going to work out. Or don't like just go out to eat every single night. Like you have to steward well with what you have, right? But God will bless the rest. And God will bless you with more, because you, my friends, are made for more. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye.